So what's up, guys? It's me, Dank. I know I haven't posted in a little while, but I'm back now, and hopefully I will post a little more often, but no promises. But getting to the main point of the video, I'm gonna be showing how I made and a little bit of a review at the same time of my Dank the Spinosaurus figure. If you guys don't know who Dank is, this is my OC. He is the namesake of the channel. I want to say Dank took roughly about a week to make. I decided to do something a little bit different this time, and I ended up using Lego ball joints instead of the usual wire that I do. This is because wire it doesn't seem to really last that long. It breaks extremely easy whenever bent multiple times, and I kind of was leaning towards my figures, or I guess you could say puppets. I wanted them to be able to pose more, and with the wire that just wasn't happening. And also it allows me to mod the figure a lot easier. So before I made the figure, I drew up what I would want the articulation to look like. This was mainly so I would have kind of a reference to base what I would want certain things to be like on the figure. Like I ended up drawing up a V1 and a V2 design, though I ended up kind of mixing these designs together into one final design for the figure. So I ended up trying to do the V2 design for the body, but whenever I was working on how to do the butterfly joints, for some reason the ball joints just were not wanting to glue together, and also this body was far too small, so I just ended up going with the much easier V1 design. For the base of the body, I would draw out the body on a piece of cardboard, and then I would bulk it up with tin foil and pipe cleaner. I would do the same thing for the limbs and tail and spine, etc. I would also drown it with hot glue just to make it stable. And since I wanted this figure to be as articulated as possible, I decided to give him articulated fingers and articulated shoulder pads, which I kind of have done the articulated fingers before, but I've never really did articulated shoulder pads, so I thought that would be cool. For the head base, I ended up drawing it out on cardboard again and bulking it up with tin foil. I ended up going with the V2 design because instead of doing a hinge joint, which I originally was gonna do, I figured a ball joint would just give him more expression. I also decided to give him a ball jointed tongue, which is also a wire. After finishing the full base of his body, I ended up starting to add the felt onto it. And this is around the point where he's really starting to come together, and you're really starting to see like the vision, I guess. For his claws and his toe claws, I ended up using pipe cleaner and then smothering them and shaping them with hot glue. And then I just painted them black. And for the grooves in Dank's armor, I ended up just taking a Dremel and kind of just carving it out and lining it with hot glue and then painting over it. And then after finishing his torso, I moved on to doing his hands and his head. And I decided to not give him any eyes since I figured that would just look cooler. And also, every time I tried to add eyes, it just didn't look right. And then for the glasses, I ended up, funnily enough, taking a paper clip and gluing it to a zip tie. And then I ended up printing out the MLG glasses on a piece of paper and laminating it and then just gluing it. And then after this, all I really had to do was just add his teeth and then paint all the various claws and grooves throughout the figure and stuff like that. And once I was done waiting for the paint to dry, all I had to do was just put him together from there, and then he was basically done. Though, I did change up a couple of things afterwards, which you're gonna see in the segment coming up now. So here's Dank in the flesh. I ended up going back and bulking up the legs a little bit since I thought they were stubby. I also redid the feet completely since I thought they looked weird. I bulked up the arms since I thought they were too skinny. After bulking him up a bit, I really do think it helped fix his proportions, because I feel like before his hands were too big and his head looked gigantic. But now he doesn't look as stubby. Also, here's a bit of a 360, just in case if you couldn't really get too good of a view of him from the pictures I showed before. Also, after redoing his feet, he got a bit of a height boost. In terms of articulation, I ended up putting a wire in the neck ball joint because it just kept flopping over and it couldn't support its own weight. But in terms of the head, it can go fully 360. It can, as the glasses fall off. And it can go up and down. Due to his size, to film the articulation, I do have to take him apart. But he can open his mouth that far, and it can't really close too much when the tongue is in. But when you take it out, he can close his mouth, he can chomp. I like how the teeth can kind of interlock. The tongue is also on a ball joint and is a wire, so you can get full range of motion with it. For the body, it can go fully 360. You can't really get too much of a crunch out of it as it just pops off. And you can't really go too much back due to the spine. There's a little spoiler of the shoulder articulation. For the base of the tail, it's pretty limited. You can go 360, but you can't really go up or down due to the way it's shaped. Same thing for the midsection, though you can get pretty good side-to-side motion. I would say you could probably get the most range of motion out of the tip of the tail, but it still has an issue of not wanting to go up. You can go side to side, and you can get decent curves out of the tail, but they do kind of look a bit unnatural. For the arms, you can get a full 360, but you do have to move the shoulder pad a bit to get that full range of motion out of the shoulder. For the arms, you can get it to go up pretty high, but you do have to move the shoulder pad out the way to do that. The middle of his arm can go that far back and that far in, but it goes in a bit more. For the wrists, you can get full 360, and you can get a decent amount of up and down motion, but not too great side to side. Each finger is ball jointed, so you can get full range of motion out of each finger. For the leg, he can kick that far up. You can get him in a sitting pose. He can't really kick back too far though, it's a bit limited. He can hit the splits though. For his knees, he can go back okay. It is very limited though because of the knee pad. For the ankles, you can go fully 360. You can go that far up, that far down, and he does have a bit of an ankle rocker. Comparisons! So first we got Jazzware's Toy Freddy and the Jack-specific Ink Demon. Here's him compared with Mafex Homelander and SHF Venom, Monster Arts Godzilla Evolved and Hiya Toys Skullcrawler, and finally Hammond Collection Spinosaurus and Papo Spinosaurus. Dank was a lot of fun to work on, and I'm really happy I was able to really capture a lot of the things I imagined just for a Dank figure, because I've made so many different variants of him that we'd be here for days if I'd show you. And it's kind of crazy to think how far I've come from just making pipe cleaner paper figures. And it kind of blows my mind to see how much I've improved since 2021 with my paper pipe cleaner figures, if any of you remember that era. And I'm really excited to see how I improve in the future with the next figures I plan on making. Hint, hint. Well, that marks the end of this fun little video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe. And hopefully it doesn't take me a billion jillion years to upload another video. But before I leave, I do have a little message for all of y'all from the community.
Dank is a burger on, bro.